What is up, you guys? Time for another video from me. This is the brain bag from Tom Bihn. It's got enough room for a lot of brains. You could fit 100 brains in here. Okay, now I've gotten a lot of recommendations to do this bag over the years. I think the reason why people love this bag so much is because we've got a ton of capacity with 2 main compartments and then an extremely useful, functional front panel organization design. Now, I'm gonna walk you through every nook and cranny of this bag. There's lots of crannies to creep on. But first, here's my gist on this bag. First thing is, this is like all Tom Bihn bags made out of extremely killer material, all right? This ballistic nylon, the handle, there's one handle on this, you just gotta see this one little handle. It's such a little thing, but it feels so good. They have a special kind of foam that they use in there. This material-wise is the kind of thing, do you have like a grandpa or an old uncle or something, somebody you know with a mustache and short shorts who still has like an old Kelty bag or an old bag that they have just in their closet somewhere? If you ever come across one of those things, you'll look at it and you'll be like, damn, that thing is dope. That thing is still around and is still dope because it was made out of materials like these, right? These are actually upgrades to those materials. Tom Bihn makes bags that he wants to last forever and ever. So the materials on this are killer. Number 2, like I said, a very functional front panel setup, okay? These vertical pockets are easy to get into and out of. They have some organization built in. This nice little rain flap that covers our little guy where you can fit your phone. I put my glasses and stuff like that. Really useful. Mesh pocket on the outside here of another vertical pocket. Got some dangles, a hook, like, you know, in case you just want to go like, oh God, go like this. Instead, just hook it. Okay, so as well as having 2 separate organizers, which I'm gonna show you all these pockets and all these compartments in detail in a second, but as well as having these 2 things, you also have this really nicely, organized front panel where every pocket has its own dimension. You can easily get stuff in and out of. You can design this to carry, you can kind of design your own system of carry in this thing. Okay, now third point here is there are 2 large internal compartments, right? You can carry as many laptops in here as you want. Neither of them have any built-in sort of pockets or access to things. They're just big vertical compartments. However, point number 4 here that I'm gonna make is there's some killer accessories that you can get for this bag that help it to carry like however you want. Lots of real technical things you could do to this bag. Okay, I got this thing loaded up actually for travel. Okay, so for some minimal travel, let's see what it is looking like on me. All right, I am about 5'10" or so, 190 pounds. Okay, it's a large bag. You can see, I know you can't see much of it, but just look at the size, look at the silhouette. It's a big one. It's big, it goes back and big, but you do have these compression straps, which you can pull to shrink up the bag when it's not so full. Now our back straps and our mesh here, just a basic kind of mesh. I've gotten used to bags that have a little more like thick, like airflow channels and that kind of take the bag's weight and distribute it across different panels. Now, because you might want to throw a jacket in the back instead of your laptop, that ends up making this actually be really comfortable against you. If you have clothing on the back here, it's nice and soft. It kind of molds around to your back. So it's sort of can be nice to not have that big, robust sort of back carry thing. So this mesh just kind of moves to whatever shape is behind it. It's got a lot of airflow, breathability. On these straps, you've got a kind of a, feels like an EVA foam covered in some materials. All their straps are like that. I'm not sure what this material is, but my Bihn Synapse, which I traveled in Mexico for 3 months with, same sort of straps, no complaints. Not my favorite strap in the world. I have other straps that I prefer more because they seem to feel more comfortable. But Tom Bihn is interested in an economy of materials and an economy of design, making something with the least amount of materials possible that does all of the work that it needs to do. These straps are that. You do have a hip strap that is removable. This can come off or on. I despise webbing hip straps like this. They just hurt. They do make for their other bags the same size hip strap that has some padding, the same padding as this that goes around the sides. If you're going to use the hip straps, I highly recommend going with that instead. So you've got these compression straps on both sides of the bag, all right? So let's go ahead and take those off so we can get inside the bag. First of all, we'll go into our middle main compartment. Something you should know, all of these zippers are YKK zippers with a little rain flap, which is super helpful for handling the weather. Inside here, I've put some packing cubes. This is like my stuff that I take when I go on trips. A medium packing cube and a large Tom Bihn packing cube. They fit in there easily, okay? I don't know how I can get you to see this. Let me see if I can get my lighting to work here, but there's a ton of space in here. There's about, it's 3 inches, 3.5, 4 inches volume-wise all the way through this whole pocket. So, it is massive. It is like, that is the width of it and the entire length of that middle pocket. Okay, let's close that guy up and I'll show you what I've put in the back compartment, all right? I've got 2 interesting accessories in here. Again, I can't overstate the fact that like the materials here, they just have this feeling that they're gonna be here for longer than you are. Like this bag, the way it'll break in over time, the way it'll subtly, how it will last and be durable for you will probably surprise you. That's why this bag is one of those things that can just be a lifelong companion. If you're okay with the look of it, if you're okay with the functionality, and it feels like it does enough, like this is the kind of bag you could be with forever. Now, okay, here's my back panel. Both of these just open up, by the way, just down here to about halfway through the bag. First accessory to show you is this. Look at this. It's got a little handle on the top, and you pull it right out. It is their Freudian slip, okay? 2 sides of just loads of organization. I've put in here my notebook, my Baron Fig notebook, my laptop, or that's basically my laptop, my massive iPad Pro. On the other side, I've got my MacBook charger in one of these compartments. I've got my iPad pen or pencil and my Everyman pen. I'll put a link to this in the description at this time code. This is a great pen from just some dudes who just decided to make some pens. This is good. I even slid in a little camera, like a little point and shoot camera, because you never know when the image goes. So the point is, look at this nice little thing. I know a lot of you Rodneys out there are just imagining, oh man, the ways that I could organize this. The things I would put in those pockets, I kid you not, I would inspire Tom Bihn himself. Very interesting little accessory, and it just fits. It's designed for the brain bag to fit right inside, so you just slide things out. Then my second accessory is this. The laptop cache, which comes right out like that, so you could lie it down for TSA, so that then they can verbally tell you to put the laptop in its own bin. Okay, so really interesting way of doing this. It just slides in and out, but it's connected to the bag. I love it. The way that those rails work are a little bit magic. It's another one of those, you know what it's like? You know what it's like? It's like Tom Bihn laptop cache rails. How do they work? It's so nice. And then if you want to, you can just unclip it and the whole thing comes out. I've got my 15-inch MacBook Pro in there, nice and safe with this killer laptop cache that has some nice foamy support for me. And the size of this compartment also, another like 3 to 4 inches. And maybe you can see here pretty well. Can you see the size? Like this is the size of those panels inside. Like it's big and it's all the way through. So the capacity on this bag is massive. Okay, let's check out the front pockets here. Up top, you've got this nice little rain pouch and this killer bag for a pocket for, I kept my sunglasses and a little RX bar. Okay, now there is a key tether in here, perfect size for your phone, nice 3D, you know, got the dimension built into the pocket. Thank you, Tom Bihn. Now, because I'm set up for travel, what I put in this one over here is actually my toiletry kit, which I need to get in and out of when I'm checking in through the TSA. Minimal toiletry kit, gotta have it. This little bag is from Arcido, actually. Arcido, and inside of here, you'll see there's a little organizer where you could be using that for your pens or for your glasses. You can use it however you want, or get some of Tom Bihn's accessories because you see that? That's called an O-ring, folks. What you can do with that is a lot of things. They sell all these accessories like this guy, or like this guy, or like this guy. And what you do is you get a little leash like they have inside of here. This is a small leash. They also sell larger leashes, and you would connect this to an O-ring and then connect that to your guy like this, so that you can get into your thing and you never have to worry about it leaving it out. It's falling out. You silly. Just connects to your stuff. You've got a long enough leash, whatever leash size you want, and now you can kind of get into your things, and you never have to worry about like them falling out, forgetting somewhere, or something like that. However you like to carry, there's definitely some pockets, some dongles, some things, some organizers for you at Tom Bihn. And you'll find those O-rings in like probably every compartment on this bag, literally anywhere you want it to be. There's one waiting for you. Now, in this pocket, this other big pocket, what I've put here is my Bluetooth headphones, which I use while I'm traveling. These are the Bose Quiet Comforts. I'm reviewing these alongside of the 4 other over-ear Bluetooth noise-canceling headphones that it's like, which one should I buy? Stay tuned for that video. Actually, I might have already put that video out. So subscribe or look for that video. I'll put a link to it in the description below if it's already out. Oh, and then inside this there's another bit of organization. More pens. They're 2 different kinds of organization. This one has a lot of pens with a thing behind it. The other one had 1 pen and 2 like medium-sized pockets. Okay, so what other bags should we be looking at to compare this to? This is the Greenroom 136 Rainmaker bag, and the reason why I like this for comparing to this bag is because it's actually built on a lot of the same ideas. Here on this bag, you have a large internal section. You have a large external outer pocket, which also has organization built in, different from this, but lots of capacity on both of those. Then another large laptop and tech organizing thing. It's almost like it has the Freudian slip built into the panel where the laptop is. It's made out of some great feeling materials. It's made solidly to last use, similar to a Tom Bihn. It's a little smaller by, I'd say, a good little bit than the brain bag. You have less external organization on the front, but a look that might suit you a little bit better. I'm partial to this look. I also love these straps a lot. The Rainmaker bag, I'll put a link to this one. I did a video on this in the description below at this time code. Okay, sort of a departure here, very different look. The Boundary Supply Prima system. This is a modular backpack which comes with like camera inserts and all sorts of stuff. Lots of very useful organization features and lots of capacity on this bag. If you're not familiar with it, if you like the look of it, this is a very nice technical bag with tons of organization inside. Lovely little magnetic clips and a sort of expansive ability to fit more things. And it's got magnets. How do they work? The Boundary Supply Prima system. I'll put a link in the description below at this time code. And then I gotta compare it to its little brother, the Synapse 25. Now, this has tons of organization on the outside panel. This is made by the same company, Tom Bihn. And you just have 1 compartment in the back, but it's a larger compartment. I traveled in Mexico with just this bag for 3 months, basically. And I love this bag. It is one of the faithful companions of my life. It's not my favorite looking bag, but it's one of my favorite performing bags because it's got all the access on the outside. Same thing over here, just bigger and a little bit different. So the Synapse 25, I'll put a link in the description below. Oh man, you guys, this brain bag is killer. I know a lot of you are gonna like it. Hopefully you loved getting to see inside every nook and cranny. My take on this is, if you dig the look, if you're already kind of a little bit sweaty in your palms and a little drooly, maybe you've got a little spittle building up around your lips, then you should just do it, and you should try to just commit your life to this bag, because it's gonna be there for you. It's not going to let you down. If you just commit to it, it's the kind of bag that isn't going to let you down. Hopefully this is the right bag for some of you and you make the decision. And if you do, please use my link in the description below if this was helpful, because I get a kickback on some of these purchases at no cost to you, because I like to show you the truth about these bags, because I'm sick and tired of looking on the web to like find, you're like looking for something, there's like some pictures and like a positive review and you're like, okay, I'll get it. And then it comes and you're like unimpressed. You like didn't think about this, you didn't think about that. And when you look at the pictures again, you realize like, well, it was there. I could have seen it if I was looking for it, but we get too hot and too hungry, and we just like, our appetite takes over and we want to buy it all. So my whole thing is I want you to buy less stuff, but I really want you to buy stuff that you love. Like if you buy stuff that you really love, you'll naturally be buying less stuff. You'll naturally get less consumeristic. It just happens, but you got to be in love with this stuff. It's got to impress your fingers, and it's got to impress your heart and your hands. It's got to impress your brain, right? It has to impress you. It has to be something you can fall in love with. So if you're into that sort of thing, subscribe to this channel. And by the way, you can always go to bagworks.co/now. Bagworks.co/now is always where I have my updated to the minute list of my favorite bags for travel, for daily carry, for bags that can be packed away, all of this kind of stuff. Bagworks.co/now. Remember, your dollar is your vote. Help good designers. Help good designers. That's my closing bit. Help good designers. And I said it almost like Barack Obama. Help good designers. Bagworks.co. JaceReeves.net. Those are the websites.
I guess those are the websites.
Yeah, he's wanting us to, I guess, go check out what he's up to or something like that.
Yeah, looks nice.